So now we're going to work on the skill of problem solving, and that's basically what you see right before you. And the purpose of learning to do problem solving is so that you can learn to problem solve some of the most difficult things that are challenging you, and oftentimes are either maintaining your depressive thoughts or anxious thoughts.
Okay.
All right? So and this can be any problem that ranges from school, relationships, even at home. And so let's kind of think about a problem that might be distressing you today.
My schoolwork. I, in the past, I've been a really good student, and then this year I just have all Fs for some reason. I just can't bring myself to concentrate anymore, and it just feels like I'm disappointing everybody. Like, my friends are all in higher classes than me, and my parents just can't even look at me the same way anymore. It's like I just can't concentrate anymore.
Okay. And so because you have a lot of difficulty focusing in school, it's really all the schoolwork is kind of piled up and now you've fallen behind.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to both write down here what is the problem or the worry. And so you had said that not having focus
Yeah.
and
It's just like my mind's always wandering in school, and I just don't focus anymore, and I don't know why.
okay. So not having focus and then mind is always wandering.
And it just feels like I'm disappointing people.
Okay.
Because, like, I always had a plan of where I wanted to go to school when I'm older and stuff, and it's just all out the window now.
Yeah. It's almost like all your thoughts have kind of taken over, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's look at this. One of, I think the part of your problem that sounds like you can actually control is this part about not having focus.
Yeah.
Right? So what are some, we're going to move to the next step here, which is look at some potential solutions. So when you think about not having focus, what are some things, some solutions that can help solve that problem?
Well, I know that at the beginning of the year, the reason I didn't have focus is because I just didn't see a point anymore because I didn't understand it. So I think a big problem is since I didn't get it, that I just didn't feel like I needed to pay attention.
Okay.
And then it kept going. So if I, like, see my teachers before and after school and, go to extra help and really try to understand it, it might bring me to concentrate more in class.
Okay, good. So I actually heard three things there that are
Okay.
different solutions based on the resources you have.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounded like the first one is doing check-ins with your teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put that in the first column on the first row.
Okay.
And then the second one, it sounded like tutoring.
Yeah.
Going to tutoring?
I think I could do
Okay.
that.
All right. Any other solutions to the problem of not having focus?
I guess my head just wanders when I'm in school. Like, I don't know. It's not like I force myself to think about something else, but it's like I don't even pay attention. Like, I look around the classroom and stuff and
Yeah.
just think about other things. So if I just, like, maybe make eye contact with the teacher or,
Okay.
always be taking notes or something that could help me.
Okay. So focusing on eye contact and taking notes. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of distraction when
Yeah.
you're in the classroom.
Yeah.
And being able to check in with yourself and then really focus on eye contact and talking.
It's kind of like I bring myself to thinking about something else because I don't want to focus on school because it just makes me so sad that, like, I just can't do it anymore. Like, I
Okay.
can't concentrate.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I put check-ins here too, but these are different because the check-ins are with the teacher and the check-ins are with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if we were to look at all these different solutions, which do you feel like where do you want to start as far as looking at the advantages and the disadvantages?
I guess we can go with check-ins with teachers because that was the first thing that came to my head that
Okay.
could really help me.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start there. Now, if you were to start doing check-ins with your teachers,
Yeah.
what might be the good things that could come out of that?
Um, I think my teachers will appreciate that I'm making an effort to improve my grade because they've said to me time and time again that I don't really try and that it just looks like I don't care anymore. So I think if I make the effort, they'll appreciate it. So
Okay, so I'm writing down here that it would prove to your teachers that you're trying.
yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously it could increase my grade um, if I like start trying more and start going for extra help, and that's why my parents are so disappointed in me. It's not really because of my grades, it's because they see that I'm not putting the work in anymore.
Okay.
But I haven't really told them why, and that it's like that I'm not having focus and that I can't concentrate. So they
Okay.
just think it's a lack of effort.
Okay. All right. So this would actually, check-ins with your teachers would increase your grade.
Yeah.
Okay. Your grades. All right. And what might be the disadvantages? So the not so good things about doing check-ins, or maybe the difficult things about doing check-ins.
Well, it's kind of embarrassing because like all my friends seem to be smarter than me now, and like I just never thought I'd be the kid that didn't understand anything anymore. So like if I'm ever with my friends and then I have to say I have to go to tutoring or go check in with the teacher, it'd be kind of embarrassing.
Okay, so I'm gonna write embarrassing here, because it would make you feel singled out, right?
Yeah.
When you compare yourself to your peers as well,
Yeah.
who might not be doing check-ins with their teachers.
Yeah.
All right, and then any other disadvantages you could think of if you were to do the check-ins with your teacher?
Not really, I guess. It's
Okay.
just embarrassing, I guess. Not too much else, but I just haven't made the effort to do that, like checking with the teachers, so.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to move to this column, the last column. So what steps do you need to put this solution into action?
So
if you were going to do check-ins with for your teacher,
yeah.
what would we need to do to get that started?
I think first I'd probably have to email my teacher to set up a time frame, like before school or after school, and see what days they're available to meet.
All right, so now we're looking into logistics. So
Yeah.
the first thing is to send out an email, right?
Yeah.
And then figure out what day, what time.
Yeah. And then after that, I think I'd have to tell them the issue, like what specific things I really don't get in school, and let them know the problem, I guess.
Okay, so coming up with a list of some of the barriers that are getting in the way of you doing your work.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that something that you think would be better done on email or in person?
I think
at
I
your
should
meeting?
probably tell them in person because it just has more of an effect on them if I like really let them know what's going on with me and why I can't concentrate anymore and stuff
Okay.
like that. I don't think I can say that in text.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to explain, right?
Yeah.
All right, so once you get the day and time and the location scheduled, then you'll start developing your list.
Mhm.
And then when you're at the meeting, then you'll go over your list.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then any other steps?
I just have to make sure that I'm there. Like, if I set up a schedule, I have to make sure that no matter how embarrassed I get or anything, I have to make sure that I show up every
Mhm.
day and, make an effort to fix the problem because it makes me feel so bad. I know I have to work on it.
Okay. All right. So making sure that you actually attend not only the meeting but also your classes.
Yeah.
Okay. And what might you do when you start to get really anxious before school or the meeting, or you start to have the flood of like negative thoughts?
I can use our breathing technique.
Good.
I can always just think to myself that, the worst is behind me. I've been through a lot this past year, and now that I'm making an effort, I should feel better about myself.
Okay. All right. So I'm hearing two things. There are some of the coping skills that can help you deal with the anxiety and the
Yeah.
depression are some of your coping skills, like the breathing exercise,
Mhm.
as well as some positive statements to yourself
Yeah.
to uplift your mood
Mhm.
and your self-confidence,
Yep.
and really make you believe that you can do this.
Yeah, and now I know I have the support of my teachers because they know I'm making an effort, so they'll be more prone to believing in me now that I'm
Mhm.
actually trying.
Yeah. So now that your teachers have seen you actually putting forth some effort,
Yeah.
um, they're on your team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Good. All right. So what you've seen here is we've gone over what the actual problem is, what part of the problem that is within your control,
Yeah.
and then we walked through and talked about some different options
Mhm.
or solutions, talked about the good things and the not so good things about each one.
Yeah.
And then we've talked about some practical steps that you can take to really get you in meeting this solution.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So we didn't go over these other ones, but ideally, we'll probably spend more time doing the rest of the solutions. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, I think I get it, and even if we don't have time to do these here, I can always work on it at home because I'm gonna have to make the effort, not just saying it in here, but actually put it into action outside of here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's actually a really good idea. You can focus on the next two rows as your homework, and then when you go into implementing each solution, you have other goals to work on as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So this one can be your first goal, and then these other ones to help really with this problem of not having focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much for collaborating with me today.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.